بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا. It is the right of Allah, over the people to make Hajj to the Baytullah. So this Hajj is a great amal. Allah Jalla Jalalu is near. We are far from Allah. We need to see how we can get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you are lost, find Allah. When you are lost, find Allah. The safar, this journey, the sacrifice is a journey to find my Allah. So it's not about just performing the Hajj, fulfilling the requirements, ticking the boxes. No. Like our person fasts and he performs his salah, etc. But there is ruhaniyat behind. So a person who's reading salah, who's got the ruhaniyah, who's making dhikr, his Hajj will be different. So a person, even before going for Hajj, there is months of effort behind the Haji. It's not only in ayyam Hajj. So our daily life will impact on the days of Hajj. So we need to check, are we auditing our daily amal? In the dunyawi system, companies get audited, businesses get audited. You want to see profit and loss. Likewise, there are systems in the world to keep a standard. He's a gold medalist. It's set a standard. What standard have we set for deen? My salat is like this. My Hajj is like this. Haje-Mabroor. When there's a problem, the fuel gauge, there's a monitoring system, the oil is low, the red light goes on. What are my red light warning systems? It's not only for Hajj, it's not only for Salah, it's our 24-hour day, our whole life. We're particular about rules, regulations, everywhere you go. Whether it's a school, whether it's a university, whether it's a country. There are rules. What about Allah's rules? To use any item to extract maximum benefit, there's guidelines. We read the instruction manual, we follow the guidelines. What about the guidelines of Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam? We worry nowadays about safety and security, food security, doomsday scenarios, so people are preparing. What preparation are we making for akhirah, the real doomsday? Qiyamah will come. What prepping are we making? Judgment day will happen. What prepping are we going to do? We're going in the qabr. What prepping are we? There'll be questions when you die. 3 questions. Day of Qiyamah, khamsa, 5 questions. So what prepping are we doing there? We worried about theft, so we got our alarm systems, we've got our electric fences, we've got all the protection systems. But to protect our akhirat from shaitan and nafs, so we need to have mechanisms in place to see that how our 24-hour day is perfected. Then when a person goes for Hajj, now a person who is in a place, while in his own Mubarak place, should make a niyyah. Now let me start perfecting my day now, my tilawat now, my dhikr now, my dua now. Every amal needs to become potent. So sometimes we do the amal and outwardly we presume, mashallah, he's a religious person, oh, I've achieved that, oh, I'm sufficient. We are content on the deen that we have. But contentment should never set in. Because when you look deep down inside, we'll realize we're very far from our target. أَنَا أَعْلَمُكُمْ بِاللَّهِ وَأَتْقَاكُمْ لِلَّهِ وَأَخْشَاكُمْ لِلَّهِ. The more you progress to Allah, the more the fear, the more the concern, the more the anxiety, the more the fine-tuning. So there was a husband who used to call his wife by nicknames: sugar lump, kitten, honey bunch. So his friend heard him one day, so he said, how thoughtful, how sweet, how romantic. I really marvel at you for calling your wife those so sweet, seductive names. It's so sweet of you, it's so caring about you, it's so romantic. So his friend told him, the husband, he said, he's an old man now, he said, you know what, to tell you the truth, Bhai Sahab, to tell you the truth, I forgot her real name 3 years ago. I forgot her real name 3 years ago. So every time I call her, I don't remember her name. I try to find something else. Like generally people, for ulama, they don't remember names, so they just say Maulana, Maulana, because we can't remember Maulana's name. It's the easy way out. So for us, firstly, we need to go and study deen, learn deen, and that's ilm of deen. So go to the ulama, let us learn deen. Ilm of deen, we still need the tarbiyah of deen. To find those mashayikh, those scholars, those ahlullah who will make our tarbiyah and take us close to Allah. Somebody who's a friend of the king, friend of the president. It's easy for you to become the friend of the president through introduction. If you did it on your own, very long process. Ask your friend, shortcut. So these are friends of Allah. Kunu mas sadiqeen, be amongst the friends of Allah. Likewise, da'wah and tabligh, striving in Allah's path, inviting to Allah, al-amr bil ma'roof wa nahyi anil munkar. This is a very important aspect of deen, going in the company of the friends of Allah, striving to invite to Allah. But for all of this to come and culminate, we need to have the azam and the desire, the determination. We need the determination. With regards to Adam alayhi salatu wassalam and Iblis, Allah says, وَلَقَدْ أَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ آدَمَ مِنْ قَبْلُ فَنَسِيَ وَلَمْ نَجِدْ لَهُ عَزْمًا. So we had made a common covenant with Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. We commanded him and he forgot. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we did not find him to be firm, to be determined, to have the willpower, the resilience. Ibn Abbas under this ayah radiyallahu anhu used to say that man was coined this term insan because he was given this covenant and he forgot nasiya, insan, nisyan, nasiya. So Mujahid has explained nasiya, he abandoned it. So just having this azam and this determination, this courage. A person came to Hazrat Maulana Ml Thanwi rahmatullah alayhi and said, I'm an habitual gambler, give me some hal, some solution, some remedy. So Maulana replied, courage is the remedy. Azam, this determination, this willpower, to be resolute. He said, after you got this courage, make an intention that whatever you are doing, if you contravene, if you indulge, then impose a penalty. So for yourself, if ever you go back to gamble, say, I'm going to read 100 rakats of nafal salah, I'm not going to eat for that day 2 meals, punish yourself. So you need to firstly have the courage, the azm, and secondly is strive to go against the dictates of your nafs, punish your nafs. So Maulana is alluding to this azm, this courage. I'm doing the amal of deen, I know where the flaws are, but I haven't actively taken steps to overpower this weakness. So doing the amal alone, no, but doing the amal how it should be done. There was a lady who used to let her daughter walk in front and the stepdaughter next to her. So the mother letting her stepdaughter walk next to her and her real daughter in front. So people were amazed. They said, MashaAllah, what a good mother. She even keeps a stepdaughter nearby her. Somebody praised her one day, she heard it. So she said, you know what you talking about? I'm teaching my daughter to be always ahead of the game, ahead of the stepdaughter. She has to always be in front of her all the time. So outward it looks like an amal, it's not an amal. There's butlan, there's corruption in that system. So the amal outside and amal inside are two different things. So we need tatbiq, we need conformance in these two. Somebody was making tawaf, he finished his tawaf, as he was leaving, he seen somebody at the ghilaf of the Kaaba, at the multazam, crying sincerely in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he was cheering, he was supplicating, and it affected him, and he said, this must be a saint, a buzurg, let me wait for him so I can ask him to make dua for me as well. So the person after a long time finishes dua, left the Baytullah, and he addressed him saying, I seen you mashallah in that khushu, that concentration, that diyan, that whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please make dua for me also and tell me what dua you are making. So the person said, you know what you're talking? Haji Sahib, in our country we have a customs and excise, red light, green light. So when I came here for Hajj, I overshopped. Forget the green light and red light, I'm worried about overweight. So I don't even know if I'll make it to customs. So I was crying to Allah, Ya Allah, please blind the customs, Ya Allah. Please blind the person at the check-in counter. Ya Allah, blind them. So where the amal outwardly is and inwardly, there's no conformity. There's no reconciliation. So we need to be checking ourselves all the time as well, that is there conformity, consistency from the external and the internal. So in the dunya as well, you work, then you get paid. You get married, then you get children. So ikhlas, sincerity, I need to get Allah's happiness. Allah must be happy. The ikhlas is the first thing we can get right. Somebody has a niyat, we're going for Hajj, we're going Umrah, we're going to go to see the Baytullah. When you see the Baytullah, what figure, what enjoyment, what thrill, what experience a person gets. People say it's an electrical experience in front of the Baytullah, which is definite. That's the nur and the barakah of the Baytullah. But move one step forward and think, if a person in his hometown, while he was reading Salah every day, and that Salah was like a mi'raj, and the Baytullah was in front of him, now what ecstasy he would have got. So not the amal alone, but how the amal should be done. Somebody is making istighfar, Ya Allah forgive me, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, Ya Allah forgive me. So he's saying the words of repentance, but the heart is not conforming. So he's driving, he passes a mall, he's saying astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Some beautiful lightly clad girls catch his eye. And he still said, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. And he's looking and he's gazing. And he's looking hard. So conformance our tongue, our heart, our mind, our soul, our body, everything. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing you, who of you are doing the best in amal. Ahsan, the best. Not, we don't need quantitative expansion, we need qualitative enhancement. So the amal must be enhanced, it must be unsurpassed, it must be the finest, it must be the superlative. It needs to excel in quality. That's why Qatada has mentioned under this ayah, خير عملا, خير, the best. Muhammad ibn Ajlan used to say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say وَلَمْ يَقُلْ أَكْثَرُ عَمَلًا, the most deeds, وَلَكِنْ قَالْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, the best of deeds. So we need to be checking ourselves all the time. When Fudhail ibn Ayadh was asked, Ya Aba Ali, ma ma'na ahsanul amal, what's the meaning of the most best splendid of deeds? He said, akhlasuhu wa aswabuhu, the most sincere and the most correct. So they asked him, what that means, ma akhlasuhu wa aswabuhu? He said, innal amala idha kana khalisan wa lam yakun sawaban lam yuqbal. So you can have ikhlas, but you don't have sawab, most correct, not accepted. And the vice versa, if it's sawab and not khalis, lam yuqbal, not accepted. Hatta yakuna khalisan sawaban, it should be most sincere, most correct. So then again people ask, Ya Aba Ali, ma huwa al-khalis as-sawab, what you talking about? He said, al-khalis ay yakuna lillah, it should be only dedicated for Allah. And sawab is ay yakuna ala sunnah, it should be closest to the sunnah. So, lillah, I am devoted to my Allah, I am committed to Allah, I am faithful to my Allah, I am enthusiastic, I am a fanatic to do this only for Allah, and I am committed to doing it closest to Sunnah. So, these two things will make up the amal. So every amal that we do in Hajj is an entire amal, Salah is an entire amal, but break it down each step in Qiyam, in the Tilawat, the Surah Al-Fatiha, break it down. In every posture moving, the Tasbih, the Hajj, before leaving for Hajj, what amal, what level should I be on? Then break it stage wise. So thus, in different ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains. Surah Hud, لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Surah Kaf, إِنَّا جَعَلْنَا مَا عَلَى الْأَرْضِ زِينَةً لَهَا لِنَبْلُوَهُمْ أَيُّهُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Again, Surah Kahf, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ إِنَّا لَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ مَنْ أَحْسَنَ عَمَلًا. Surah Mu'min, where again we are encouraged to do it the best form. idfa' billati hiya ahsan wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan wa qul li ibadi yaqulu allati hiya ahsan wa la taqrabu mal al yatimi illa billati hiya ahsan وَلَا تُجَادِلُ أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Ayat upon ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is endorsing, encouraging us to do the amal Likewise, Nabi alayhi salam, Inna Allah yuhibbu idha amila ahadukum amalan ay yutqinahu. Riwayat Bayhaqi. Allah loves, most beloved to Allah is when you do something, a deed, you excel in it. You do it in the perfect manner. So we should be perfecting our amal and making sure that we do it according to the practices. So Hajj has the opportunity, the right place, the right time, the right moment. We should try to expound and take benefit from that. The amal is those that are not gone for Hajj, make a niyyah to go for Hajj, get ready for Hajj, make dua for Hajj, give sadaqah for Allah to accept you. Those that are going, let's see how we can perfect it. Ayyul amali afdal, which amal is most superior? Imanun billahi wahdah, believe in Allah as one. ثم حجة مبرورة, then the Hajj Mabroor. تفضل سائر الأعمال كما بين مطلع الشمس إلى مغربها. From east to west, this amal will surpass all amal. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq of making amal. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin.